you want to know how to go from this thrifted men's shirt to this cute trendy fall top, keep watching. So we're just starting off with a regular men's shirt. I got this from Goodwill, and I just really liked the pattern of it. I thought it was cute. Alright, so we have the shirt laid out, and what we're going to do is cut off the 2 rows of buttons on each side of the shirt. So just where the buttons are and the buttonholes, just cut those out. It's like I forgot I was fine, let you treat me any kind of way. Now I'm free, you gotta celebrate. You couldn't see it. Alright, now that we have those 2 rows cut out, now we're gonna cut the neckline of the shirt. So basically we're just gonna be cutting out that collar part, and like I just indicated with my finger, we're gonna be cutting a U shape and just go along the seam of the shoulders. And you'll see what I'm talking about when I'm done if you're confused. So as you can see here, I'm just like cutting through both layers of the shirt. So that's me doing one shoulder. And that's me doing the other one. I'm just making sure both sides are equal lengths. I gave you all that you asked of me. You like the view from behind, but you won't make an ass of me. That's why I'm saying. Alright, so now you just want to cut horizontally across and connect those 2 cuts that you did. So don't come looking for me. I'm that bitch and I have it. You forgot, but I haven't. You was just a no habit. So I'ma disappear like magic. I'm that bitch and I have it. You forgot, but I haven't. Now you wish that you had it, but all I gotta say back is, if I gotta choose me, I won't be afraid to. If I gotta choose me, I gotta do what I gotta do. When I love you, I lose me. No, I can't be attached to you no more. I like me better when I was yours. I'm going back, I'm going back, I'm going back, I'm going back. I'm going back to who I was before. I like me better, I like me better, I like me better, I like me better, I like me better when I was yours. Alright, so now I completely forgot to show how I finished the top part of this neckline, but it's exactly the same way how I'm going to do the bottom of the shirt. So first I'm going to cut the shirt to the length I want. You can obviously cut it to whatever length you want. I'm making it kind of short, so I'm going to be cutting it basically in half. And then I'm just going to be hemming that because I'm going to put the 1/4 inch elastic through it. And like I said, this is the exact same thing I did for the neckline. I hemmed it like 1/2 inch just so I could create a casing for the elastic. And then we're just going to feed that elastic through. Alright, so now you're just sewing right on the edge of that hem. But you won't see through the tints in my Tesla. I be blocking out the world, it's a mess, yeah. I'm allergic to the bullshit. Allergic to the bullshit. Orange soda, Deepak Chopra. Alright, so after you've done that, we're just going to feed the elastic through the casing. So all you're going to do that is safety pin it to one end of the casing, just so one end of the elastic doesn't move. And then you're going to put another safety pin through the end of the elastic, and that's just going to help you feed it through the casing. Alright, so after you're done that, you're just gonna stitch the elastic so it doesn't move. And now what I'm gonna do is hem the raw edges that are left on the shirt, which are the two, the front part of the shirt. You'll see when you do your shirt, you're gonna have, you don't want any raw edges, so those two in the front, just hem them. Now I'm just doing the other side. Alright, so now I'm going to be making the loops that the chain goes through. So I'm just taking a strip of white fabric that I had, and I folded it over lengthwise, and I'm just going to stitch that down so that we can make a little tube. Alright, so after you're done stitching your tube, now first we're going to cut off any excess fabric that's on the side of the seam, just because that's obviously not needed. Alright, so now we're going to be turning the tube inside out, so just grab your loop turner and turn it inside out. Alright, so now we're just going to be cutting that piece in half so that we can have equal size loops on each side of the shirt. And now take one of those halves and cut that into fourths. Alright, so now we're just going to be making the loops for each side of the shirt. So I'm just pinning those down on the wrong side of the shirt so those stitches don't show. I'm just going to be spacing those 4 loops equal distance apart from each other. Alright, so now one side of the shirt is done, so now just do the identical to the other side. Alright, so now both sides of that are done, and you just want to stitch them down. Alright guys, this is the end of the tutorial. If you liked it, please make sure to like it below and comment, tell me what you thought, and definitely subscribe because I will be doing more of these tutorials in the future with upcycling. So if you're into that kind of content, definitely subscribe. Bye guys.